Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sudhir Chaturvedi, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Steven Boyle, Corporate Vice President of Microsoft. Steven, delighted to have you.
Thank you.
Right, great. Steven, you have a unique vantage point across technology, partners, and customers. So, we're really looking forward to this discussion today. Just to start us off, Microsoft has long been a partner-led company, but over the past year, the model has accelerated in many ways thanks to the technology we have at our disposal now. We've deepened our collaboration. We've set up a Microsoft Enterprise Cloud Unit, as well as made a recent acquisition of Winwire, which is a Microsoft-only technology company. So very excited about what we could potentially do together. Thank you for joining us at our Global Sales Kickoff. From your perspective, what are your market priorities right now?
Well, Sudhir, first of all, thank you for inviting me here. Thank you for the wonderful sales kickoff. It's going really well, and our partnership is going really well. So thank you for all of that you just said. That acquisition of Winwire is just going to help us accelerate still further. You're right, everything's moving faster in this agentic world. We're seeing the customers move rapidly from pilot to production. They're really challenging us and you as well to find that real business value in everything that we do. Now, you can't do that without data, without the security and the governance and the knowledge that you're delivering trusted, intelligent solutions to the customers. So that's really imperative, and that's something that we can work on together. Yeah. We've already touched on the fact that you have to move fast. The industry is moving at hyper velocity out there. And look, the customers have got the same business challenges that they've always had. They need to increase productivity, increase efficiencies, drive top line revenue, and all of those things.
Absolutely. I think we talk about this trifecta of increasing revenue, improving experience, and reducing expenses, all at the same time, which is something that we're all looking forward to doing with clients. But Steven, from a client perspective, how are you seeing changes in the way customers are buying today?
I think we've gone through the first iteration of what I'll call the AI agentic flow. I think we're past that early adopter stage, but we are very much in that phase of the customers want proof. So use cases, of which we've got many already together, really industry-leading ROI data of what this difference makes, and then how fast can you do that? For the customer. The benefit of AI development or AI-powered development, if you like, is you can get things into production that much faster. And that's really important for the customers. Exactly. When am I going to start to see the returns is really important to them.
Yeah, it's the number one ask that we have from clients now is show it to me in my P&L. So what does that mean for partners? Because if customers change their buying patterns, what does that mean for partners? What do you see as best in class from a partner perspective?
I like what we're already doing. So I have this phrase, keep doing what you're doing, right, but let's do more of it, right? That's one thing. I think that we need to make sure that both of our organizations are trained to the best of our abilities in this agentic future. And we touched on some of the sessions earlier on today about the ability of Microsoft to really help drive the reskilling and the re-enablement, the practice development that NTT data will need in order to deliver those business transformations on AI. So those are some of the things that we're leaning into: skilling, enablement, practice development, and making sure that you have access to the entirety of the Microsoft AI portfolio.
And we really appreciate that investment. And we see it in our certifications on a daily basis. We're seeing it in the traction that we're getting in the market. So, Steven, just to change a little bit of tack here, in terms of, we talk about today's market needs an ecosystem, right? So when you look at an ecosystem, today it's mostly us and you together. Are you foreseeing that this might change over time from an ecosystem of partners perspective?
I think undoubtedly. I mean, in the last 3 years, we've seen partners emerge on the scene, get very big very quickly. I'm thinking the large language model partners is a great example of that. So undoubtedly the ecosystem will change. Now the core of what we do, I think, will also evolve in a variety of different ways, some of which we've already touched on. But I think at the heart of our partnership, your industry expertise, our platform of platforms for AI, is a great combination that is a foundation that we can build on for the future as well.
Exactly. I mean, we're building several of our industry solutions now on the new AI stack, the Microsoft stack, and we're saying demoing this to clients. And the thing that I see is that clients are so familiar with you, they just get that sense that we are in a, it's because with AI, there's sort of worry about, whether it's security or it's hallucination, et cetera. Everybody wants to be in a safe environment. They want to be in an environment that they know they can trust, and we always see that when we have solutions that are built on your platform. So last but not the least, we're doing well right now. We've won Partner of the Year awards, growing fast. So I'd just like to ask you, and you've covered some of this, but what are we doing right that we should continue doing? What's one thing that you'd ask us to do more of?
Look, I love the industry alignment. You're in some of the most important industries around the world, like banking and insurance and healthcare, automotive, manufacturing, and we've got great logo wins of the industry leaders in those spaces. So let's keep doing that. Let's win new logos and let's expand the footprint where we already are. That's one thing. Better understanding, if we all had a crystal ball that could show us, the next 3, 6, 12 months and just who the winners were going to be. But I think the way to do that with Microsoft is we are always going to come out as a multi-model AI platform company, and we want to engage with you in that way. So we're pushing the choice back to the customer. We're not demanding they go in a certain way. And I think it's important for you to build that flexibility into the solutions that you bring to the customer, because that's what we're building into our AI platform.
So Steven, thank you very much for that. But before I let you go, some rapid fire questions for you.
Go for it.
LinkedIn is a Microsoft company. Steven, is there something that's not in your LinkedIn profile that you can share with us?
Very definitely, and I'm not sharing it today.
That's a good one. I like it. And Steven, you've been leading the partner ecosystem for a long time. We've known each other for a long time. I know what your leadership style is like, but if you had to summarize it, what would you summarize your leadership style in, something that we can all, something that's helped you be successful?
Look, I think I like to be open. I like to be transparent. I just did a session with Miguel. He used a great phrase, radical transparency. Be as transparent as you possibly can be. I know that sometimes we have to hold back information, but it's benefited me in the long haul to bring people in and to engage and to make sure that they know as much as I can possibly help them know, so that we can make smart decisions together. I'm from the northeast of England. My parents are very much from a working class background, so I'm grounded in those roots, and I like to think, for the most part, that I'm a humble human being. But those are sort of like my traits, for want of a better phrase, that I try to live by.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you for sharing that. The one thing that I've always found in every meeting that we've done together is that I think I like the way you approach a meeting. You actually want to see what's the best we can do at the end of the meeting for our clients and for us. You're looking for that kind of outcome rather than, it's easier to say why something cannot happen. Making things actually happen is a lot harder, so I've always appreciated you.
I'm a glass half full person.
Yeah, you are.
Absolutely, glass full person, absolutely. And I really appreciate the partnership that we've built over the last few years, and I know we're going to do great stuff together in the future as well, so thank you.
Absolutely, look forward to it. Thank you, Steven. Thanks very much. That was fantastic. Thank you, Steven. I really appreciate you taking your time to share your perspective. Enjoy the conversation, and keep on the lookout for more such conversations from NTT Data.